Howdy, howdy, y'all. Welcome to episode 19 of the Kilima Post, a Palea podcast, with your host, K Fiercine.
And Shinori Yoru, starting part one of discussing every character in Palea. Oh, this is gonna be this is gonna be a good one, but tough one as well. How are you, K Fierce? How are you been lately?
I'm doing well. Got hit with this Arctic blast, so it's like no
Oh,
snow, but it's just like super cold up here, and I'm still adjusting to the cold. But my
yeah.
my my puppy is definitely enjoying this colder weather. That's for sure. He has been extra hyper. He's like, "Oh, it's cold." That's the husky in him though, because he's like part husky.
Yeah, right.
And so when it gets cold, he gets hyped. So,
Oh, I'm glad your husky is feeling the cold and loving it.
have you been?
Me not so much because even though I like being cold, but unfortunately with the snow, it's not my favorite thing
Oh yeah, how
this
much snow
season.
you got up there?
None yet, which is a good thing. But once it starts snowing, black ice is not my most friendliest thing to have.
Right?
And especially with driving, yeah, that's not a great thing either.
I'm definitely one of those when it starts to snow, I like to just stay at home and not do much of anything. So,
Right, same here, same here.
but any rate, getting into
Mm-hmm.
today's discussion, we're going to be starting
Mm-hmm.
part one of talking about every character in Palea. So because there's a lot of them, I was like, you know what, we'll do this. We'll talk about all of them, get all of them their little tidbits. I don't know how many episodes we'll end up making out of it, but I'm definitely excited to go through to talk about everybody.
Yeah, we'll go very in depth about the story and character line. So, slight spoiler warning, guys. We will go deep into their character lore and discussing about it, and then we'll see how they are. We'll see how they are for each.
Right, exactly. So if you haven't finished any of their quests and some characters, we might end up touching on some of them. So just we just wanted to give y'all a fair warning. But I figure we'd start out with everybody's best buddy. We talk about Badru first. He's
Right.
one of the characters you meet pretty early on. He's the one who teaches you how to gardening. He's the gardening guild teacher. So
I think with everyone with Badru, I think everyone's just like, oh my god, he's gonna make dad puns, isn't he? And sure enough, he does make dad puns throughout the whole interaction if you ever do talk to him. And I don't know, I like it. For some people, he's not their fave, but I think Badru is been my fave on that
oh
one.
my god. No, I love I guess it's the fact that, I'm getting older and I've always enjoyed a
Yeah,
good dad joke. So his
right.
humor's right up my alley, and I know from what my personal experience, he's got a surprisingly large fan base. Everybody seems to want to make Badru
Yeah,
their chef. He's definitely out of like everybody you can choose. Like he's definitely one of those that I hear come up often. Everybody's like, gotta
right.
have the gardener teacher be my chef. That's just the way it's gotta be. Or they just love him.
Yeah, no, definitely, 100%. Especially with him making like apparent on his jokes, and also making all the farm things that we never really think about. It's just like, oh, you kind of need that humor nowadays, I would say, because our brain usually is not working that well. But when someone makes a joke like that, I think we feel like, oh, we gotta think a bit here of what they're trying to say. So I don't know, I love it. So with Badru, he does show us how to like grow carrots and onion, I believe, at first, and then by giving us two soils, and basically from that, we start to grow a bit um, more planters. After we get like nine of them, then we start to get to know him a bit more as well. He owns a farm they called Daya Farm, and he has a wife named Delilah and two kids, which is Ani and Nio. and with them, they make the Daya family and the farm. They basically give all the food. They basically make the food for Kilima village, and from there, people are there to always getting food from Badru, or basically either fishes from Einar. But we'll go with Einar soon enough about that. But yeah, they produce all the vegetables in the farm, especially cotton. We'll eat the cotton, but also the fabric that goes with it. Um, and yeah, it's like batter wise, we know that he's also a musician. He's played in a band before. Um, I'm not sure that's how he met Delilah, I believe, but I think they met somewhere close to that.
I'm pretty sure like that's how he like wooed her and like courted her was through the music. But that's one of the things I love the fact that, he plays the music and I just kind of wish eventually like they would develop his character and allow him to like maybe like go downtown like once in a while like okay, so like I know this is going to sound strange and I don't know how they would program it, but I would love for it to program to where, like, at a random time on a random server, like, the characters would break from their normal routine and would go through an alternate routine. And he would, like, maybe, like, set up, like,
Hmm.
in, like, behind where Zeki is and, like, play some music for people
Yeah.
around or something like that. Like I'm not a programmer, so
Right.
I wouldn't know how to program those type of things. But I would love to see him just like it'd just be like a
Hmm.
rare occurrence. Like you're getting ready to happen on the server and like everybody's got to come to the server because that's the one time you'll hear Badru, play and like maybe like sing a song or something. I think that would be
Right.
really
Right.
cool.
Right. I think one thing they could do is like how all the characters go to their rooms. Maybe they could switch it out during that way where they go to their rooms, they switch out with like another Badaru, like, and then that Badaru has a different schedule routine that will do this, this, and this rather
All
than like what he
right.
usually does. So I don't know. I mean, like I don't see why not with that, right? It doesn't look too suspicious as well. But for those who have the key or are just waiting, then it might be a bit suspicious. I don't know.
But yeah,
But yeah, I don't know. Like it's just things like that. Like it could be a bit different like that. But battery wise, I forget. I think his most favorite vegetable is that pear, I believe. Or sorry, fruit. Sorry. His favorite vegetable is like forgot. Is it carrot?
in
I
all
think so.
honesty, I have no idea.
And then no idea. But he's spent a lot of years with the farm, but also he's in that tight money schedule with the village as well. So the village is what we know from Badru so far is that he is behind on his rent, or maybe like a month or two for that. And so I've been hearing like a lot of things from eviction from Kenley, but Kenley doesn't want to do that because he's such a nice guy. But with Badru, yeah, he's kind of behind on his rent for the farm. So he's trying every day he could in order to stay afloat and also to pay off the rent for the renting of the farm. Like he doesn't live like a lavish lifestyle in my opinion because if you see his room, he shares a room with his wife, and then his boys share another room. But Nayo has the room. Ani goes and sleeps in his sister's house. So that's kind of the that's how they're making their space somewhere they're sleeping. But they're when you go to their to their kitchen, it's not really that big. It's not really that big. Yes, you can fit like maybe another two or three people there, two or four, for the dinner table, but it's not really a large space for them to be having a group of like a large party there or to have like a bunch of people there because it is a very small farm and they are still trying to make a float in order to keep making their wages. either by selling it to the village for the produce, or milk or cream to Zeki. Right? Yeah, to Zeki, and then Zeki will just sell to you for like a higher price that way. So that's how they're making their profits. But then you see Delilah do go around Zeki's general store every so often just to see like what he's selling. I'm not exactly sure what she's
I
buying
mean,
there though. So,
well, she
but
could
I
be
know she's
dropping
there
off
sometimes.
things to sell at the store.
Sure, that could be
I
the case.
mean,
Yeah, that
and
could be.
I
Yeah,
know moving on to
yeah.
Delilah, I will say this, when I first started playing the game, I didn't really care for her. Like, obviously, every time I saw her, I was like, hey there, Delilah, what's it like in
Mm.
Kilima Village? I'm 1,000 miles away, but girl.
That's funny. Yeah, yeah. You know, you look so pretty. Yes,
But
you
uh but other
do.
than that, like I didn't really care for her. But to be honest, like I don't
Right,
know how often, like now that you're max friendship, that you talk to some of these villagers. But she is definitely
right.
one I still go talk to because she is such a little gossip. Like, she's told me so many good
She
rumors
is. Yeah,
about so many villagers. Like, if there's gossip in this town,
right,
this woman knows what's going on. She knows everything about everybody.
right. And the one thing that's always strange about me is that her gifting is a lot more different than Bedroom. Because she doesn't accept seeds, she doesn't accept produce, and I'm like, wait, don't you need this for the
Well,
farm?
yeah,
Wait,
but that's
what?
not what she wants.
Like, don't you need fertilizer? No.
Badru's the
Yeah,
gardener. She's the cook, you know? You know, every good power
right,
couple
right,
has
right.
the gardener and the cook, and they work together in harmony.
Yeah, but then like, should she give this to Bedroom if he needs it? Like, I don't know. Like, they're a power couple. Yeah, I get
She's a
that, but
woman, she can get whatever she wants for herself.
I feel like if you give him like fertilizer, she would accept it.
But I mean, I don't mind them having different things, though. It gives us a reason to
Yeah,
have more things and more different things. So, but yeah, as I said, I just at first I didn't really care for her, but the more like I got to know her, the more I fell in love with her, and now she's like definitely one of my favorite characters
yeah.
right now. Like I'm just gonna be honest. Like I love
No, I
talking
feel
gossip
that.
with her,
Yeah,
and and she goes and I mean she goes down to the tavern at the inn at night, which I presume for
she
some
does. She
adult
does.
beverages. So, and she comes home so
Of
late.
course, of course.
Like, she's
She
up late at
does.
night.
She
She's a little
does.
partier. Like, I live. She's everything I want to be
Yeah,
when I'm a
but
mother of two. I'm just
fair, fair. Same with Badru though. He does go to the inn as well, but he leaves a bit earlier than Delilah does. But I'm kind of glad that Delilah and Badru do like go together, but also come back somewhat at the same time. Not entirely at the
right.
same time, but somewhat at the same time. And for that, I kind of like it like that because they are still having fun. They are still like meeting with other NPCs and the other Palians in the at the
Hmm.
tavern. And it's kind of nice like that, right? So they know how to have fun and they love just socializing. So they're not introverted people in that sense. So I kind of feel like they love talking around and also making people very happy with their produce and all that. She does two things, which is basically help the family, but also also do her what do you call it? The contests that she has her with her cooking or with her cooking and also
Well, yeah,
I
it's at the
believe the
county
Ormus
fair.
as well. I'm not
County
sure with
fairs,
that one. Is
like I
that
know that in this area,
yeah the honey
like
yeah
you
the
can
fair yeah
you
yeah
submit
yeah
animals, like they have like the biggest vegetables, the best taste in food. and
Yeah, biggest vegetable. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
show
yeah, yeah,
animals,
yeah.
best in show. You got that
And
blue ribbon, which I want us to be able to attend. I love that they have
yeah, yeah,
now
yeah, of course.
said that it exists and there's a competition,
Mm.
and I want to go. I want it to be a new Maji market. Like, I would love to go with Delilah down
I did.
to the county fair, you know? Oh my God, that's where Badru can play.
Yeah, of course,
He
of
can get
course.
up on stage at the county fair and play.
I would love that.
Oh my God, I love that.
Right. And I'm think, yeah, and I'm thinking like maybe we should have like a mini
Right?
game where we can actually show off the animals. Maybe we could actually with ranching, with Delilah being a ranching guild master for that, we can actually like, hey, what if
Oh my
we
God, like,
you could
what
show
if,
off your
like,
animals
you
at this fair
like, what if you
that's
loaded
happening?
in on
That
the
would be nice,
server
wouldn't it?
and one of, like, whatever animal you set to favorite or whatever
Hmm.
would be the one shown, and everybody on the server's animals
Yeah,
would, like, load in when you loaded in. Like, you loaded in and your animal would load in a particular pen, and you
yeah,
could go around and see everybody else's farm animals.
yeah.
That would be really cool.
That would be amazing, actually.
And that way
That'd
everybody
be
could show
really
off
amazing. I would love
their
to see
super
that. Be like,
fancy bred
wait,
animals. And in all honesty, like, it would give you a reason to get those. Cause I don't know about you, but I love Delilah, but my ranching has
yeah.
definitely fallen more to the wayside. I know. Oh,
My
I
ranching
just
skills
hit
is like 20 right
41.
now.
Like, I'm slowly
It's
getting
not really
up
that
there.
high. Yeah.
Well,
See,
mine
I'm way
wouldn't be
behind.
so
See,
much
I'm like,
higher, but I know a
oh,
lot
I'm
of
way behind on
people,
that
like,
one.
within my community, like, I'll let them come over and take care of my
Mm,
ranch while I'm watering the grove. And so I get to spread the experience
yeah,
out to
yeah,
let
yeah,
other
yeah.
people get some experience that they want. And I'm able to also
Right,
get the experience and not really do all the work all the time. Everybody wins, you know?
right, right. And like, right, right. In the very beginning, though, like we didn't actually get to have like people over, but now I'm glad that they allowed it to be open about that. But yeah, I would love that for the future if they could be like, "Hey, you want to be having your pets, your farm animals in the same pen as your friends? Hey, you can actually just take photos with them and also show off them, like right here, and just feed and also like just take care of it, right?" So I would love that rather than just like, okay, you gotta go to their plot and then look at their pens that way. No, no, no. What if you can just bring like one and then have them all on the same pen and they'll show here. While your other animals is in your other pens, if you're in the main one, they'll be here. Right? That'd be
Right?
nice. That'd be really really nice.
And I guess moving on to
Hmm.
their
Yeah, you
older
go.
of the two kids, Nio. I was like, I know his name,
Nile.
like, and that's going to be like going the thing
I
going
know.
through this. If like I don't know of any correct pronunciation for some of these characters, so I'm gonna pronounce them how I pronounce them. You guys can hate me in the
Mm-mm.
comments all you want if you guys want. I don't
Right,
care.
right, right.
But so I apologize if I mispronounce some of these people. But yeah, so Nala will be the first one we can talk about that we can
Nah,
also
you should be fine.
romance. But I mean, he's just your classic himbo farm boy. You know what's not to like, right?
I mean, there are a couple things people don't really like about him. Is that one of the things is that he kind of seems too much caring of himself, which is a fine thing. Don't get me wrong, that's not a bad character trait. But when it comes to like talking about like you know like when it comes to like your gym buddies talking about like always eating like the right foods, no eating like sweets, nothing like that. It kind of seems to me like that with Nio. It's just like, yep, have to have a proper diet, have to be eating the correct amount of nutrients, have to be eating like this and that. It kind of makes it seem like, oh, okay, he cares too much about himself. Like, just have days where you're able to eat like a donut or a cookie. That'd be great. But like, I think you're showing off way too much about your muscles here.
I
And he does have good muscles. Don't get me wrong, guys. Don't get me wrong on this, but With the quest for gifting things, we were trying to figure out like who this belongs to. One of them was Nio with protein powder, and he's the one who accepts it. I was like, oh, this probably goes to Hodari. No, he doesn't accept it. Okay, who else? Nio is the one. Okay, and yeah, he has a good build and all that, but but for him to be always being like, hey, you should be doing the same thing I'm doing, but not really in that way for him. Like he doesn't like actually tell you to do that, but like he's more caring about his looks than I would say about anyone else, which is a good thing, right? But also that could be a bad thing when it comes to like showing it off with like other people as well. Like you gotta find that balance, right? Not to be too pushy about your looks, but also not being like too like don't really care about your looks type of way. Like you know what I
I
mean?
mean, he just out here looking out for your health too, you know? He wants
Yeah,
you
yeah,
to look
yeah,
just
yeah.
as hot as him, you know? If he can do
Right,
it, so can
right.
you know?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
No, I mean, I definitely understand. As I said though, you gotta have that stereotypical himbo character, you know? I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
not the brightest crayon, but you know what? He's still
Right.
he's still super sweet at the end of the day, and
He is very super sweet.
he's just very what's the word? I've noticed through the quest, like he definitely doesn't believe in himself. He definitely lacks self
He doesn't.
confidence,
Right.
and he
Right.
doubts everybody like going out there for him. You know, he's like, why would they go the
Right.
extra mile for me? Something's got to be going on. There's, you know, that inner saboteur is very strong with him. And I
Right.
would
Right. Right.
love for, because like obviously we're going to get more quests eventually for some of these characters. And I would
Right.
love for his like for his quest like to maybe to get like level 6 or 7 friendship. Like he gains the courage and he starts to trust people and believe that you know people are being there because they care about him, not because they want something out of him, you know? And I would love for that for his character arc.
And one thing I liked about Nio is that he actually does care for his animals. Because one of his animals is called Sugarfoot, which is an Ormu that he loves and cares for every single day. And also, he does help out around with the farm a lot. And that's what I really like about that is that he actually does care about his family. And he does show that with the animals, but also helping out with around the house as well. So it's kind of nice. But he is going sneaking out on meeting with Kenyatta during the day. But I'm hoping that he would help out his family more, but he's too busy just sneaking around with Kenyatta, getting in trouble with their families with that. So it is, I would say, like a teenage boy or like kind of young adult type of thing where you're just like, we're doing something illegal. Let's do something that we're not supposed to do, and hopefully we don't get away with it. And hopefully we don't get caught for it. It's just like, okay, you're okay, you're not. I know you're having fun and all, but yeah, there are things that need to be prioritized. But I get it. He's still a young dude, lavishing dude, but still loves gets a bit of trouble, not too much trouble.
Well, I mean, and I'm going to be all serious. When we heard we were getting ranching as a
Mm,
skill, I was like dead set on Nao being the actual like ranching
right,
guild leader because I'm like, he takes care of all the animals. Badru might grow the vegetables, but he takes care of all the animals. You know, I don't see Delilah out there taking care of them.
true,
I see
true.
him out there taking
Right,
care
right,
of
right.
them, you know? And so I thought he was going to be the ranching leader. And then Delilah was, I mean, I'm not mad that she's the leader. I'm not trying to discredit her qualifications by any means. But I'm like, it's definitely going to be that's definitely going to be his job and he's going to step up to it. And nah, he just helps
Yeah,
mom
exactly.
with it. Typical, but you know, I mean, as I said, I'm not mad at it. I'm glad he's still involved in it and he does show
Yeah.
up
I
So,
mean, the thing about Nile for me, I think, yeah, he would have been good. However, I think his skill store would be actually attributes with the animals. So like it'll be like speed, strength, dexterity type of thing, like all luck and all that. Like he's the like basically the personal trainer for like these animals. So he'll be teaching you like, okay, this is how you actually train your animals. This is your proper things on it. And then maybe in the future we'll have like some mini games with those animals, like with the animals that you have. Because I would love, like, if you played Sonic Adventure 2 with the KO world, that I would love to have because, like, you have these little KO creatures that you raise from birth until, like, they're all max stats. So I kind of want it to be like that. Like, where Nio is the personal trainer for the animals, and they'll grow up to be, like, a really, like, strong animal so that you can compete with other players doing these mini games. These mini games might include like racing if you guys want to go like a racing around like a course, which will be like type of kind of fun. It doesn't be like too complicated. It can be like really fun about that. But also it could be where you're either playing rock paper scissors maybe, I don't know. Like you pull out like a chicken um could be like scissors, and then Ormu could be like a rock, and then like then like a bee could be like I don't know like wait no what's good which one's good like a slime could be like a paper and type of thing and just like oh okay so you got scissors rock and paper like type of thing and it's just like okay that'll be fun kind of but it doesn't have to be like too complicated I would say but if it's like this in the Super Sonic Adventure game there was this game like where you're doing like kung fu with each other. It doesn't have to be like that, but like where you could actually like fight each other with the animals. You don't have to do this, but it's something like a start of what you could be thinking on what this mini game is going to be, right? So I'm just giving you examples. Like you could do like swimming, maybe. I would love swimming if you want to swim with your animals. Um, Also you could what's another one? You could maybe do like like you know where Legend of Zelda where you do basically this horseback riding, and you can just go around this ranch with either like riding on their back or you can't really do that with the bee or like the with the slime, but like just an experience where you can just like ride around the ranch or like go around the ranch and just like have them beside you, and then like doing obstacle course with that as well. That'd be nice if you do that, but I'm not sure how exactly they'll do it though with the like with the different size animals. But I know it would be like ton of fun if they actually do that. But I don't know, like what are your thoughts on that? Like so everyone's doing a lot, but I would love to hear your thoughts on like what about mini games for like this attributes for now?
right? I mean, definitely. Like, I mean, I'm surprised like he doesn't, really work a fair at the booth,
Mm,
at the Maji
right,
Market,
right.
I'm like, I'm surprised he doesn't got something going over there. He'd be a great one for like, like at the Maji Market and like we've spoken in the past about throwing the using the bug animation to throw balls to hit down like the Ormu milk jugs or
Yeah, yeah.
whatever. And I think he would be a good one to be like, step right up, throw a ball, knock over some pints of, or, some glasses of milk or whatever they are.
Oh wait.
I don't know the name of.
I'm thinking about him being like in you know the water tank and he's just sitting on that board and people just like drop him
Oh
down.
my God, yes, the dunk
Dunk tank, there you
tank.
go, yeah.
No,
Oh,
would
he'll
be
be
a good one on the
shirtless.
dunk
Ooh, wait, hold
tank.
up.
Well, yeah, that's the whole point.
I don't know. I think you should put
I
that down at
mean,
6.
I'm pretty sure most of the people in my stream would not be complaining
No,
about
no,
seeing
really be
seeing
complaining about
a
going like
shirtless
with shorts
No on.
while doing that.
Okay, no, okay, like I know, like everybody's obsessed with K-pop
Yeah,
Demon
yeah.
Hunters. Okay, I don't know if you've seen that TikTok that's been going around, but there is this person who's basically took like the younger male characters of
Yeah,
Palia, and like they're doing like the demon hunters like dances.
Soda Pop or
Like
Idol.
I don't remember which
There's
one.
only
I
two
know
of
they've
them.
done into like a couple of
Yeah,
different
yeah.
songs now, but I just now see them as like a little like boy band thing. And it because it was like because I know it was like No and Gel and Ref.
Hodari. There's no rep.
Um,
I think I've seen it, but there's no rep in there. Oh wait, no, sorry. It was no
what?
Hodari in there. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, yeah, no, there was Hodari,
Oh,
but with the models they were using, like the head was his hair was like super slicked on the
okay, okay.
sides, so it took me a minute to realize that was Hodari.
Oh,
But and then like and it had Halcyon. But yeah, like I was sitting there watching it, I was like, oh my god, this is hilarious. Like I can't. And I believe like and the only reason why I brought that up was because I'm pretty sure like there was a scene where we had a shirtless Naho in it. And it
ooh,
just made me think about that.
ooh.
Because Paleo stuff's always on my For You page on TikTok, because I watch a lot of Paleo
Of
stuff,
course. Right, right.
so
And with like, I think I seen the video where it had everyone except for Hodari, and I'm like, you left my man Hodari out? What? Why? Why? I'm pretty sure.
right, I was about to say he's definitely one of the more popular,
Yeah,
so
yeah. I mean, eventually, I don't know. Maybe they have changed that since then, but I think the video's been like maybe like a year ago, maybe question mark. So
mhm.
I don't know, but I do love all the memes that people pull up with using all the characters for that, and I do love K-pop. I don't like oh, K-pop 200 to me. It's like yeah, they're good music and all that, but I find like maybe the story's a bit like average in my opinion. Same with like Moana in a way. It's kind of like it's average for me. Like I get it, it's for kids or for like younger audiences. So I'm like, yeah, the story's okay. That's for me. Like I wish it was
Right,
more than just what they're doing. Like we kind of I kind of predicted the ending. Is what I'm trying to say. Yeah.
yeah,
So,
but I guess moving on to the final one of the day of family. Poor little Ani, always saved for last, always forgotten.
no
Nobody
one
cares
cares.
about
Everyone cares
Ani.
for Ani. What do you mean?
I will say this though, Ani is my favorite of the family. Like
Yes.
I love Ani. Like I'm just like every time I hear his like voice acting and he's like, we're gonna have a super stupendous day, guys. I love him.
Yeah.
Like he's my precious little bean. Like
He is always excited about animal like oh, no, sorry, not animal bugs. He's always excited about bugs and always capturing them. He's the one that's always in Module Market. That's what I've seen, and that's a really good thing for support his parents and all that. But he's also always looking for great deals. It looks like because he's also one of the ones that will accept a Zeki flyer from the Zeki quest. Like where he says, "Oh, you got to give this out to 3 people, I believe," and Ani is surprisingly one of them. So I think he's always looking for a good deal or looking for some type of adventure when it comes to Paleo. He's just always there and looking always for a good time by going exploring places. Because if anyone asks to go somewhere, he'll be the first one. Yeah, let's go there. I'm so excited, I can't wait. Type of emotion. So like, yeah, it's always like with Ani, he's always nice to have around. You know, he does ask a lot of questions.
no, no, absolutely. And that's the thing. Like, I love a character that I love exploring. And a lot of kids, that's really like a lot of their personality. I know me as a kid, I was always like, because I had to walk, like half a mile down the road to get to the bus stop when I was a kid.
Ooh.
And we would legitimately like cut through people's
Oh.
backyards and go through this like down by the railroad tracks. We'd walk down by the railroad tracks and like go through like these like bushes, and we were going on adventures when we were kids, like on the way to the bus stop and on the way
Right.
home. And like we would like pre-plan like routes. I remember one time we were going, and we were going through this one part to get to the bus stop, and I'd always wanted to explore that part.
Ooh.
And so like we planned it to where I had one person who was bringing like a brick with her, and somebody else was bringing another heavy rock so we could throw them on some of these bushes to clear our path.
Hmm.
And somebody else had like the scissors to cut plants with, your plant
Oh yeah,
trimmers.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
and like we were plan and and somebody had the rope because we needed that to help get down the
Right.
hill. Like we had this like planned out. And yeah, it was just so I definitely love Ani's character. It definitely reminds me a lot of me when I was a
True,
kid.
true.
So I guess that's maybe why I kind of relate
Yeah,
to
yeah,
him.
yeah.
But as I said, I really like his character, and he's like the bug leader.
Yeah, of course he is. He's got the bug
He's part of the
scouts.
Bug
He's got the bug
Scouts.
scouts.
Like, and that's one thing, like, I hope, like, eventually, like, when we go to other zones, like, he could meet other Bug Scouts.
Oh man.
Like, I think that would be really cool.
Like I was really thinking about that with him and Ulfe could be like good friends. Because they seem like the same age when it comes to that. But now that Ulfe is kind of like not in the picture anymore, it's kind of like, well, is this just Ani and Juma now type of thing? Like they kind of know each other, but I don't think they're like that well known with like seeing each other like as friends. So it's kind of hard to say with that because we don't know where the story's gonna go with Ani and all that. But with Ani in general, like he's a really nice kid. Like he does hang out with Hassian. If you go to the tavern, he does play cards with him. If you guys didn't know, he plays cards with Hassian and with Tao being there. It's kind of nice to see him and him hanging out with someone that is a part of Palia as well. Because there's not really like with with Ani in general, he I feel like one thing is missing about him is that he doesn't think twice about doing something. He just immediately just goes for it and doesn't really think about it until afterwards, being like, "Oh shoot!" The way I just thought about this for a second, but no, he just goes in and just really doesn't. He just goes in and looks for the adventure rather than like thinking twice about it.
Oh, absolutely. But that's what we love
Yeah,
about
yeah,
him. He's always down to have a good time. He's always down to
yeah,
explore. And let me tell you what, Prison Beard's quest was
yeah.
one of the funnest quests they had ever put in
Right.
the game. And just being able to just run around with him, and actually him and Nao, and the fact that, it gave Nao a bit more character
Yeah, yeah,
depth, and really did a really good job balancing out Ani's
yeah,
character. And so I just as I said, I just love his character. I love how they're developing it so far, and I'm having a good, really good time getting to know
no,
Ani.
definitely 100%. Well, like even I was kind of surprised with that Prison Beard quest. That now got dragged in because he was actually following Ani, and I'm like, wait, weren't you with Kenyatta? Wait, what? What's happening here? Are you here because Ani's here, or are you here just because happened to like see him, and then you saw him in a weird place, and then you started following him, or what's the situation here? Because like I did the whole Prison Beards quest, and I didn't use any help. I used no help. I did not look up online. I did not do anything. So when they gave me like the maps for where the stuff could have been, I'm like literally looking at the maps, literally looking at it. So one area that got me like really thinking was it was like the middle or like that cave where the freshwater is. That
Hmm.
bottom, I'm not sure if you know what I'm talking about, but I was literally
Yeah,
looking on
I
like
got you.
the map that they gave us, the outline of what matches this outline, and literally it was that area of like where they're showing me. I'm like, oh, it's right there. I didn't ask for my chat for help. I was streaming this. They can vouch for me that I did not like ask any of their help. And then we found all the treasures that way. The one thing that bothered me the most about that quest was literally backtracking. So like once you complete like finding all the dig sites, you gotta find like all the statues now. And they're just like literally nearby where we found like all these dig sites afterwards, which was kind of a pain in the butt for me. Mainly because yeah, like I've been here already. Like why couldn't you show up now? Like why are you showing up like why are you showing up after? Like like I wish we could have seen this beforehand, but yeah. I just hate the backtracking on that. But after all that, 4 hours was completed, and I thought it was a really good quest on that. For getting Niall and also Ani to figure out where to find all these treasures and all that. And you're just there they just appear after you just find everything. So it's kind of nice about that.
I will say, Ani has the coolest
The
room though.
treehouse,
Like, I love this
yeah.
treehouse. Like, I like that's the treehouse I dreamed of when I was a
Mm,
kid. Like he live in the dream. And not only that though, but he also he delivers the mail. So he is like
the
hands
male
down
kid
like
that
he has a
mayor, yeah,
pretty important job. So he has like a pretty important job
yeah,
in town, you know? So like he's like a core part on everything functioning. Like if he don't show up, this town doesn't run,
yeah,
you know? And so and it's one of those things that yet again getting to know the characters, you know, and he just doesn't feel like people like need him or you know realize how useful he is to everybody around him, you know? And I just hope he realizes how valuable he is because he does deliver everybody's mail, which is kind
right.
of a big deal, you know? And I know, yeah, and you mentioned, you know, he's close with Hacian. And I would love to, you know, I'd love to see more of like their characters like evolve. Like I know we'll get to Hacian on a later point,
Mm,
but I would love to see him and Ani like grow as like characters and maybe have a quest where like them two are like doing
right,
something, you
right,
know? Like Ani drags Hacian onto like some crazy
right.
adventure.
And this crazy adventure, I love it, but at the same time, we just don't know where we're gonna go. Like it's just a last minute thing, just being like, yeah, we're gonna go here. What is here? I don't know, but let's go explore it. I'm like, okay.
Exactly. Like that's the whole point. The best part about a journey isn't the
Yeah,
destination. It's the
along the
journey
way.
how to
Right,
get
right, right.
there, you know? That's where all the magic is, you know, through all the crazy shenanigans that you guys
Yeah, of course,
did,
of
you
course.
know? As I said, like us running around doing the Prison Beard quest, I had a lot of fun doing that. I enjoyed running around with them. It was a fun puzzle. They were a good time, and Ani this whole time was like, "Oh my god, we're having a blast. I'm doing great. I love this,"
Yeah,
you
and
know.
especially with like I wish they could do like more of a family bonding time. Like that was Niall and Ani together. Okay, so what about Badru and Delilah? Like I know we had to collect some things about like their picnic. I think that was like 4 or 5 updates ago where we had to literally plan for their picnic and all that, but then they declined and then decided to do something else. But I wish like if you were to do with like Delilah and Badger, yeah, actually have a cutscene where they actually are opening a show. Like I want to see like everyone from the village come in having like a little show where like maybe Niall could be on drums, Badger's on the lute, which is his instrument, and like maybe other people like Ashura and Kodari could be like playing something else. Like you never know, right? So I wish it would be like that, like more of experience where you can actually like hang out together. But like even with like Delilah and Badger together, we still don't really get to see them like having a good time with each other. Yes, they talk about it, but I want to see a cutscene where they're actually like hanging out, maybe just like at having a picnic near the farm, or it could be like somewhere around the beach area in Kilima, and just like with a blanket over the sand, and just like hanging out, and just looking at the ocean. Like I would like that, right? And for them to do that as a family, I don't know. Like we could make them do. How I don't know. Like I'll be satisfied if them just like at the farm, just like feeding the animals, watering the plants, or like just having a bit of like a bit of laughter in that cutscene as well. Like I would love to have all that together for cutscenes in the future if they do plan that. Is there anything that's missing really with the farm? I storyline wise, not really much, but other than like them having to pay rent for Kenley and the Duchess about that, and they're behind on their rent. It's kind of very like very like in a desperate situation. They are asking you as the player to come help them. I don't know, like to make it where they're not like struggling anymore would be a nice touch. To be like, okay, we're finally paid off on our rent, or like they're off the land or whatever, and like they're not gonna be charged rent anymore, and like they can have a bit of a like relief, a bit of stress free type of moment where they don't have to make like dead ends every single month in order to complete these runs. I kind of would like that a lot more as well. Like I know it's supposed to be a cozy, I know it's supposed to be a cozy game, but some of the situations in Palea isn't really that cozy. So I think it would be nice for them to be like, okay, now they have a cozy moment. Hopefully this will ease the players' minds that they are okay. They're not facing any more financial struggles, and just being able to hang out with their family and have a good time. Just spend time with each other that way.
I would love for like once you got like cuz I mean obviously we know like as this game goes on we'll be able to level up some of these characters friendships more than we do now, you know. Some characters level 5, most are level 4. But I
Mm.
feel like eventually like when we get to the point that we've got maybe like
Mm.
levels like maybe up to like words of like 10 for some of these characters. I'd love for them to be like maybe you have to get like so much
Oh.
friendship with like you know, maybe like got to get Badru to at least level 8 and Delilah at least to level 7. And once you hit like so many requirements, you'd be able to unlock like a special like Dea family farm quest where, you know, as you said, like they are actually like getting out of debt and they're finally like becoming like they're no longer struggling and they're living their Palian dream, you know? And it would be in like in order to do it you'd have to be
Mm.
like you have to do so much of their friendship quests and then it would unlock like that special, you know, like cutscene for them, you know? Like I would love that. I think that would be really cool.
That would be really cool, especially actually seeing them like all together doing something for once, rather than like they're all over the place in Kilma and Elderwood. It's kind of unfortunate, but it is what it is. For the game for now, but would love to see a lot more development with Hylia on their in the diaphragm. Of where they're planning to go with that. Because I feel like there's more than just like the family that's struggling and also needing to provide for the village and also need to provide for themselves. I feel like they could be doing like a bit more, or like figuring out like maybe like new things that people might want or buy in the village. Like you can make cheese. Like I don't see like we like you can sell cheese and make like a bit of money that way. Because the bean burger also requires cheese that way. So I was kind of like, oh, why did you make cheese or something like that? And that'd be really really nice. Also they could like make like just food altogether. Maybe like have like their own like little bakery here. I know. Reth is the soup master, but you can have pastries in the diet farm, and I don't think Reth would be that mad about it.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, switching off to talking about a different family, I figured we could go ahead and talk about everybody's. I guess seemed to be everybody's favorite man. We can start off talking about Hadari, or as or as the
Ooh, okay.
fan base has affectionately nicknamed him, Ho Daddy.
Yeah.
And boy, is he not
I mean,
everybody's
I
favorite.
didn't come up with that name. I didn't come up with that name. That name's been there since the very beginning, and I'm like, wait, why are you guys calling him Ho Daddy? Because he's my Ho Daddy. I'm like, okay.
Because every girl, all the everybody out there, like everybody's like, oh, I'm romancing Hadari. He my man. Like that my man
Yeah,
right there. Like everybody's saying that, like he is
yeah.
by far, from my experience, everybody's favorite romanceable male character. I think the most favorite romanceable character at this point in time in the game.
Hmm.
I don't think anybody is like more popular than he is.
Yeah, when I started playing Paleo, he was not a romanceable character. I think everyone was like, "Hey, you gotta make this guy a romanceable character." Because once they started doing his level 4 quest, they start to realize where's the mother in this, and then once you keep on doing the quest, you start to understand why his wife is not there, and it's just like, oh, yeah, you need to make him a romanceable character because of that. Yep, 100%. And I think that's where they actually gave in and be like, okay, fine, we'll make him a romanceable character if you make his daughter also level 3 as well. So that's literally what they did, and I'm kind of kind of like, okay, no,
No,
I
like
like it. That's fine.
I love the fact that you have in order to get to daddy, like you got to win the child's affection first. Like I love
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
I feel like that is a very nice as I was mentioning like with the last thing with like the Dea thing, it's like it gives you a requirement to progress for some of the you got to befriend somebody else in order to level up your friendship or your romantic with this other person. I like
right,
that. It adds more depth to the
right,
world. It makes the characters more interconnected.
right.
So
And I agree with that 100%, especially with Hodari in general. He is a very loving father. Yes, he doesn't know how to cook like very expert like dishes, but he does know how to like live off the wild and like cook fish, mountain morel or congee, and what was the last one? It was fish, morel, congee. Oh, meat, cooked meat. Sorry, I forgot the meat. Yeah, the cooked meat, and like know how to cook over a campfire. He doesn't need special utensils like the oven, the mixing table, or like the prep station. He just has a campfire, and that's basically it. Which I really like that. Like he's a very simple man. He doesn't like he's not too picky about his foods that much. He lives up what he can
mhm.
get, right? So I kind of like that about him, and he's also know a lot about like blacksmithing as well. So a bit of blacksmithing. Not say a lot compared to seafood, but like he knows how to cook. Like he knows how to make like certain materials in order to function properly outside in Bahari with his daughter. So it's kind of nice about that.
Right, no, and I will say this, like my favorite thing about Hadari is getting the grill from him cuz Like
Yeah.
that grill is one of my favorite items on my plot. Like I've been working on making me a porch, and now I'm working on setting up like a little grill area next for it. And like I love that grill.
Mm-hmm.
I love that grill.
I love that growl.
like
I love it as
like
well.
and like I hate to like bring his character down to that because like I didn't mind his romancing, and as I said, their story is really
No.
sad. Like
Yeah, it
Palia
is.
writers are like, we want to make you cry getting to know every one of these characters.
Yeah,
And
yeah, yeah.
you know, and so like his story's really sad, don't get me wrong. But and as I say, he's a good guy, you know. He just knows how to work hard and knows how to take care of his family, and he a family guy, and we love that, you know. We love the hello darling, you know. I live. But yeah, like as I said, my favorite thing about it was the fact that I got the grill and I was like, yes, let's go.
I love it. I love it. But you first talk to him in the very beginning. He doesn't say like "hello, darling" and all that. He just says like
Oh
one-liners
yeah.
only, which is kind of like
Well, that's
okay,
because I've
kind of
romanced
reintroduction
them,
to him, I
and so
guess.
like I've had
Yeah,
everybody like romanced and befriended for so long that I don't even remember
yeah,
a
yeah,
lot of like some of their early game sayings. Like I really need to go through and play through
yeah,
on a second character just so I can hear some
yeah.
of these.
And that's exactly what I did. I literally just like okay, I'm max level on friendship or relationship. Literally went to another character that has him at level one, and just talking to him, be like, he has only one-liner sentences, nothing of like "hey, darling" type of thing, or like a very sweet tone. It sounds like very neutral when he's talking to you. At level one friendship on that.
Well, yeah, he's a very, you know, he's a quiet man,
Yes,
you
he
know.
is.
He's a man of very few
Yeah,
words,
he is.
you know.
And I I don't know. Like I feel like he could be a lot more talkative, but it is what it is. Like he does help you. Give you a pickaxe and also break rocks with you. Break rocks, help you break rocks. During your first day at your new plot, so that's kind of a nice thing.
Well,
Um,
he is the mining
yeah, he
trainer
is. He is.
after
Yeah,
all, you
right,
know.
right.
He's the expert miner here. He knows what you need to do. You know, he's been in the mines his life,
His
you
whole entire
know.
life.
So,
Do we go deep into what happened with his family, or do we go into it?
uh I mean, I feel like that story is one of those where it's just better yet just going through it and living through it.
Hmm.
I don't want to trauma. I don't want to bring any trauma back to some of these people. So,
Should we
but I
give a
will say,
disclaimer on this one?
but I will say, I love Najuma.
Okay, okay, okay.
Like at first, like I was just like, oh yeah, she's just some kid I gotta befriend. But getting to know her, like I adore her. And
She's
I think them two as a dynamic, they make such a cute family.
she does, but she's also the type to also. It's kind of like Ani in a way, where she wants to explore and do dangerous things. Her, on the other hand, she wants to go into the mine. However, Hodari doesn't allow her to do that because I'm not sure if anyone has noticed, but her leg is missing. I'm not sure if anyone has like. It took people a while to realize like, wait, what? She actually has a animatronic leg. Like what? What happened? What? And then you start to go more and more about it. It's just like, oh, okay, that's why. And yeah, it's kind of a tough pill to swallow on what happened, but no one really notices at the very beginning. They thought, oh, she's just a regular character. No, there's something about her that's like not really like normal, that what you consider to be like, oh, it's a normal kid. Nah, she's not, unfortunately. Like I'm not saying like she's like a bad kid for that, like what happened, but like I'm just saying like like her personality is fine. Like I'm not saying there's anything wrong with her, but like but something is clearly missing from her body part on what just happened. I'm not sure. Wait, probably we should go deep into that lore, but for her, I get it, and it stinks on the whole situation. But on the other hand, it is a lesson that has to be learned at a very young age. I would say. I wish you could have learned at a very much older stage, but no, that it didn't happen that way, unfortunately. And that's what things
But
happen, right?
yeah, but that's the one thing. It's never let anything stop her.
Right. It did.
And I love the fact that she's so crafty.
Yeah.
And like anytime you need something made, like you come to her, especially if it's any sort of explosive thing. Like she's like, "Oh my god, can we?" Like sometimes I feel bad like bringing her in on some of these quests I've done with her cuz I'm like, "I don't think we should be doing this." But you're the only one with the skill set to do this. So I guess we're doing this.
Right. Right. And she's the one who makes all the fireworks and explosives. I'm sitting there being like, excuse me? You're a kid and you're making explosives? Wait, what?
I mean, as a kid, did you not want to make explosives, though? Let's be honest here. Like, making fireworks as a kid, I would have had a blast.
I wouldn't even know
You
how to make a
know?
firework, to be honest with you. But would I want to light one up? Yeah, sure. Like, I don't see why not. But, like, creating the actual explosives themselves is kind of like, huh?
She's like an engineer,
She
though.
is an
You know,
engineer.
she likes to create
Yeah,
things.
she's the one
So
who
that's
gives you the
just part of her
glider as well.
personality.
Yeah.
Exactly, you know?
Which is kind of like,
She's very useful
yeah,
around
she
here. She's
is.
a look in a zombie apocalypse. She is gonna be the friend you're gonna want to have. Okay,
True.
she is going to be the reason why you don't die. Point blank. Period. She gonna have all the skills you need to survive. She goes, "Oh my god, that car won't start. I got you. We'll jump start it. I know how this electronic thing
Yeah,
works."
yeah, yeah.
She probably never driven a car, but she'll probably know how to jump start a
She'll start to
car. You
understand
know.
everything. Yeah, yeah. I can see that.
Exactly. You know, so as I said, like if there's somebody I want in a zombie apocalypse, it's gonna be her. Like, cause she gonna make sure like we gonna be okay.
I think the only
She gonna
downs.
make sure the radio works so we can call for help.
Sure. Yeah.
She'll make sure we have a light.
Yeah.
You know, she's gonna make sure we have something explosive to defend ourselves against.
Yeah. Of
Like,
course. Of course.
she's very useful.
Yes, she is. But also the fact that she can't really run. I'm not sure how fast she can run, but I don't think. So I think you have to carry her every time, which is not bad because she is a kid. But like, but if something does catch on to her, I kind of feel like really bad if that happens.
That is true. That is true. But I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, as I said, as a character, like she was also one of those where at first I just didn't care for her. But the more I got to know her, the more I'm like, you know what? I like this
Yeah.
kid.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
kid's a pretty cool kid.
Yeah.
You know?
I mean,
And I love her and Ani's dynamic.
yeah.
Like they're like the only two kids around. So you think they're like the best of friends, but they're just like, like
We're like we know each other, but we're not best of friends type of thing.
right. I would love to see their friendship
Oh, that'd
bloom
be
a
a
bit
great
more.
quest together.
You
You
know, like I
know?
would love like you know, like you have to get Ani to level 4 and Najuma to level 4, and then it unlocks their friendship quest where they go on a little adventure around like Bahari or
Yeah, that'd
something,
be
and you have to
nice.
and you're like escorting them to make sure that they stay out of trouble.
But also the fact that if you get Ani to level, like I think you didn't even make it to level 5. Like the level 5 will open up a cutscene where they see those two together, and I think one thing that people would want to have in Bahari is literally someone they can sell bugs to. Because we have Hacian, but no actual like person to sell bugs to. Ani would be a great place you can sell your bugs to on that one. So I would love
Right,
that.
like let on I mean, if Ani delivers the mail, why doesn't he deliver Hodari's mail? Like does Hodari not get mail?
I don't think so. That's the
Like,
thing. Like I was thinking, like, does he
you
go
know,
to
or does
Mala's
Hodari
house?
have like a Or does he have like a PO box that every time he goes to Kilima every day, he goes to check his mail, you
I would guess
know?
like it's like a PO box, but then he's also going to the tavern as well every
Well,
day.
I mean, it's the
Yeah,
end tavern
right,
area.
right.
It could like the PO box could be the mail. I mean, the register over by the end that could
Yeah, yeah,
also be the mail place.
yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
this is a small town.
It is, it is.
They got to compromise.
Yeah, of course.
But yeah, I would love to like have like them, of course, them two being the main two kids. Now, when we get to know Ulfi more, like I would love to also bring him down here on the kid gang, and we have all three kids go on a grand adventure together. You
Oh, that'd
know,
be
that would
nice.
be even cooler.
I swear,
But
if they put in hide and go seek around like Elderwoods or in Bahari, just to go find them,
oh
I'm
my
just like,
God, with
oh
the
boy,
kids, yes,
oh
please, and
boy.
you have to go find them. That
uh,
would be so much fun.
I would love that, but also, I kind of know every spawn in Bahari, so let's see if they're actually there or they're in plain sight. Then I'm just like looking around way too hard.
Well, that would probably end up being a quest, is like you're going through and playing hide and seek with them,
Yeah, yeah.
and they end up getting themselves into trouble, and you got to save them from getting out of
Oh
trouble, you know?
no. Hmm. I think the only time we had to really help out, um, the kids, which is basically where Ani was standing on top of the tree, where deep woods for the prison beards quest, and you have to talk him down. Like it's an optional quest, but you basically can go to where Ani is, and then he's stuck on the tree, for the deep woods, and then you talk to him just to glide him down into the bottom so he could actually walk around.
Right?
So like in that, like I kind of like help like that, but there was no cutscene when that happened, so I was kind of sad about it, but it's okay. But yeah, I would love like more interactions where we'll have like these little cutscenes that might not mean much, but I kind of like to see them. Right? It's just there, and I love it. Love to see it.
But any rate, so as I said, I wasn't sure how many characters we were gonna get through today,
Right.
but um, but I think that'll be our all the
Podcast for
characters
the
we'll
now.
be discussing in
Right.
today's episode.
Right.
So I guess it's now time for
Shinori's
Shinori's
question
question
of
of
the
the
week.
week.
All right, guys. I was wondering what would you predict with Najuma and Hodari's quest line? Like, where would you want to see them go? Where would you want to see them do? And also with the Daya farm family, where would you want to see where the quest goes? I would love to see what your thoughts on what your predictions may be of where this might take us in the future patches coming to Palia in the future. So please leave your comments down below. Would love to read every single one of them. And also would love to hear your thoughts and opinions on our podcast today as well.
Now, I will say this, I don't know if the next episode is going to be about the patch notes, because we do know there is going to be a patch right around the corner. At least that's what the rumor bills are rumoring.
Mm-mm.
So we'll either do that, or the next episode will be us discussing more characters. But don't worry, we will continue. Even if we discuss a patch note next time, we will still get back to the characters like the week after.
Yeah,
So that'll probably be one of those two will be next week's subject. So
yeah, especially with the new Christmas update. We don't know what's going to be coming, but we'd love to talk to it with everyone. If it's here, if not, we'll just continue on what of all the characters that we're going through. This might be
and
a 3 or 4 parter, to be honest with you. So we'll see how this goes. We'll see how this goes. Yeah.
exactly. So, and to make sure to keep up to date, you can follow us here on Spotify, and make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel here at K Fierce Scene on
Mhm.
YouTube, and follow me on Twitch as
Mhm.
well. That way you keep track of it.
And also, you can follow me on Twitch, also on Blue Sky for me. I'm usually active on those two, but also I'm a bit active on Facebook as well. If you want to follow Shinori Yoru on Facebook.
And until next time, we will see you guys later.
Bye.